What's up, everybody? Welcome to Best Massage Tech, where today I'm taking a look at the Exogun DreamPro massage gun. So I often get comments on my videos of people asking me to review specific massage guns, and more often than not, it is a brand that I've never heard of. But as I start to see comments more frequently, certain brands stand out, and Exogun is one of those that I've started to see more frequently on the comments of my videos. So excited today to be looking at the Exogun DreamPro, which I do believe is the only massage gun that Exogun currently makes. And just a point to make that it is different than the Echo gun, which is a brand that I came across on Amazon when I was doing some research on this. So the Echo gun is ECO. This is the Exogun, EXO. And again, it's the DreamPro that I'm going to be taking a look at today. And I'm going to start by taking a look at what comes with the device out of the box. So out of the box, it does come with its own carrying case. The carrying case has two zippers. It has a handle with a little rubberized grip to it. The case itself is not the sturdiest of cases that I've seen. You see here, it does have a little bit of give. I can indent into it. So more of a fabric case than what I would consider a hard-sided case. But again, it is going to protect it, allow you to carry everything, but just not the most sturdy of cases that I've seen. Everything that comes with the device does fit inside the case. So as I open it up here, you'll see you've got the device itself, the attachment heads, and the charging cord, and then you have a small instruction manual. Inside with the instruction manual, you've got two rubberized gaskets. These are just additional gaskets that come with it. These fit on your attachment heads. Of all the massage guns I've reviewed, I've never ever had one of these gaskets break on me. So interesting that they include them, but there are several brands that do include those, but I personally have never had the need to use any of them. Then you do have the device itself, which is one of the more unique looking ones in the sense that it is very, what I'll call fat on the top, and it does have this angled handle. You've got the Exogun branding on one side, no branding on the other side. The back side of it does have a touch screen, so you won't see anything here except for the power button, which I'll touch on here shortly once we've reviewed everything in the case. It does also come with a charging cord. They do recommend that you fully charge it before first use. So in order to do that, just on the bottom side of this top of the massager, you just plug that in. As it's charging, the back side will light up and you'll be able to see the battery level. They do recommend that you charge this for 6 hours before first use. And then it does come with 4 different attachments. So it comes with a sphere attachment, which is kind of a firm foam. Does have a little bit of a give, but I'd say this is pretty medium density. So in order to put these attachments in, they just press in. If you wanted to take it out, it just pulls out. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the sphere in it for now. It does also come with a hard plastic fork. So this is a very firm hard plastic. It also comes with a flathead attachment. This flathead attachment does have some grooves or little nubs on the end of it, so it's not completely flat. You get a little bit of a texture with that massage. And then you also have a hard plastic bullet attachment, which a little bit wider than most bullet attachments that I've seen. But again, this is just a hard plastic, so that's going to be a very firm, high density massage there. Now, the device itself does have a stall force of 60 pounds. So that is pretty high when it comes to stall force. Again, I've sort of taken a different approach on stall force over the last year as I've learned more about these devices. It's fantastic for those people that are looking for a really aggressive massage and going to be using it on deep tissue, big muscle groups, which is something that I personally look for. But typically in a normal use, you're just going to be floating over the muscle tissues. So that stall force isn't going to be super, super important. But for those looking for a high impact, aggressive massage that they're going to be pushing a lot with it, you're not going to stall this in a normal use case. So I will turn it on here in a second and just show that stall force. But I also want to talk about the stroke length, which they advertise the stroke length on this to be 16 millimeters, which would match the highest of the Craft gun or the Theraguns. But as I've used a lot of massage guns, I have a pretty good sense of just being able to feel what the stroke length is. And personally, I can tell when a stroke length is truly 16 millimeters. And when I was using this, it just didn't feel like it was truly that. So I was curious. And so I actually decided to put some paint, if you can see it here, right here, so that I could actually measure the distance that this was moving. And if you see here, I can actually push and pull this in. So what I did is I put my paint pen on the edge and I turned it on and let it go for a couple strokes. So I was getting that full distance. And when I measured it, it measured to only be 11 millimeters. So there's the paint on it. So they're advertising this to be 16 millimeters. I've measured it. It really feels like it is only 10 or 11 because I did notice it. You know, it feels just a little bit more vibrational to me than true percussive. So it's not a terrible thing. A lot of devices have a stroke length that's around the same length, but just for me personally, it feels a lot more vibrational than truly deep tissue percussive. So just a note there, you know, I was a little disappointed that they're advertising 16 millimeters and it doesn't really truly feel like that. It is a 6-speed device. So in order to turn this on, you do just press and hold that for a few seconds. You see the screen lights up on the back. You've got one side here that reads 00. That is the speed. The other side, this is your battery power. So 57, it goes up to 100. You'll see I've been using it for a little while. That battery has gone down. I've used it for, I'd say, about 2 hours for it to get to that point. Now, I will go ahead and turn it on to the first speed so you guys can both hear the noise on it, and then I will show the stall force. Through these speeds here, it is 6 speeds. So your first speed is going to be 1,200 percussions per minute. Second speed is going to be 1,600. Third speed will be 2,000. So we'll put it on the first speed here. Fourth speed is going to go 2,400 percussions per minute, then 2,800, and then 3,200. In order to cycle through the speeds, you do just quick press this. You'll see it changes there to speed 2. So that's 1,600, 2,000, 2,400, 2,800, and then 3,200. And I'll put it all the way up to this top speed in order to show the stall force. You hear the noise. It's not super loud. I measured it to be between 51 on the lowest speed and 64 decibels on the highest speed. You see it, it's hard to stall. I'm pushing pretty hard here. It does stall, it comes back on. So most people are not going to get to the point where they're actually stalling that. So that is a super high stall force. One of the higher stall forces on the market that I've seen. So if that's something you're looking at or looking for, you know, this has certainly got a good value there. The battery life on this is about 4 hours. That's going to depend on what speed you're using it and how frequently and how much pressure you're applying it on. Does have a 2,400 milliamp battery. The battery is not removable, so it is built into the handle here. You cannot take it out. So if you're looking to travel with it and you're concerned about a lithium battery, just make sure you check with your airline. Most of them are allowing you to fly with them now just because they've become more popular. But the weight of this is 2.5 pounds. And even though it is a lot kind of thicker on the top part, the majority of the weight is just in the battery and the handle. So it does feel real easy to use. And again, you've got this kind of angle to it. So I'd say it's probably about a 25-degree angle on the handle here. So what that allows you to do is when you're looking at massaging your back, you know, it gives you about an extra inch or two that you can really reach beyond what you would normally get for a 90-degree device. So while it's not adjustable at all, it is fixed at this angle. That angle does allow you to reach a little bit further. And again, the device does come with the case. So all in all, your value for this, you're going to be able to buy this for $159. I do have a 5% discount code. It is discount code Exogun-BMT. I'll put it in the description if you're interested in buying it. Other than that, it does come with a 1-year warranty. My personal thoughts, if I'm going to give this a Best Massage Tech score, just based on all the specifications that we just reviewed, this is going to get a score of an 8, which is going to tie it for 5th among all the devices. It's about 40 to 45 devices I've reviewed now. But I really like the touchscreen on it. It is super easy to use, just quick. The location of it is a little bit difficult if you're trying to use it with one hand. You know, you can't really reach all the way back here to touch it. You do have to kind of take a second hand and touch it, but I love that on it. I do love the super high stall force. You know, it's definitely going to get the job done, but again, I just don't like that the stroke length on it is just not as high as I wish it was. It's not as high as they're really advertising it to be. But overall, for $150, this is a pretty good value. If you don't care about having a super long stroke length, I would definitely recommend this one. Even though it is 5th, you know, I've started to see so many devices and the technology's evolved that For $151, it's really a pretty good value. So if you guys do have specific questions about this device, go ahead, drop in the comments down below. I'll do my best. Otherwise, that is the Exogun DreamPro. That's a review.